Hello internet friends, Nap Yet here. No Napjeet today, just a normal vlog, sort of talky thing where I talk through thoughts. Talk to you as I drink coffee. That is my plan. It's a rambly thing, so don't expect any points or any... I might actually talk a little bit about Star Trek. I watched Star Trek Discovery. That's a big deal for someone like me who's been a Star Trek fan all their life, for Star Trek to return, and the new series looks really good. I watched the first 2 episodes on Netflix and it was awesome. Really, really good. I like what they did with the Klingons. Some people are like, oh, wow, they've changed the look of the Klingons. They're not Klingons. I think it's good that they're embracing like moving forward and new technology and the way things, general. I mean, you can't do a show in 2017 like it's 1990 or the early 2000s in an attempt to say, oh, this is how things look in this universe. No, that's how, probably about the best they could do with the budget they had at the time, because it's a TV show. I can't get on board with these people who really think like the way things look in the TV show is the way things look in the world. I think of it like this is an interpretation of how things look in the world, but it's basically, it's not real. You're always suspending disbelief. So to say like the Klingons don't look like that is kind of silly in my mind. I think they did a really good job of making them scary and alien again. That's really cool. Anyway, so those are my brief thoughts on Discovery. Watch it. If you're not, even if you're not a Star Trek fan. Yeah. So what else has been going on? People may have been noticed who've been following me for a while may have noticed over the past couple of weeks there've been fewer videos coming on. I went through like a kind of video spurt about a month ago, and I started trying to produce not daily content but every other day content, and as an experiment. That's why I don't really specify when things are coming out. People kind of know there's always something on midweek and there's always something on a Saturday. That's what I've tried to do for a while, but I also tried to do more videos, and what I've discovered is that it doesn't really work for me. I can't produce videos at that speed. Well, that's the trick. That's the little wrinkle, you see. I can, but I don't want to. But I think I've learnt through trial and error the last 18 months. I think I've come to the conclusion that if you're doing gaming content on YouTube and you want to grow, you have to aim for daily or at least every other day to kind of get the channel to grow. And I've noticed that when I started to do every other day videos, and I did a couple of stints where I did a video a day for about 4 or 5 days, I saw growth on the channel. So I think I figured out what I, as a sort of gaming focused channel, need to do in order to grow on YouTube. But and that's what all the experts kind of suggest that you do. But I don't want to do it, and it comes down to why you're doing things for me. And I don't think I'm doing this to become a gaming YouTuber. I'm not. That was never my intention. And you'll notice on my main page it says games and animation, because my focus has always been more than playing games. There are lots of games I've been playing recently. I've been playing, oh, excuse me, XCOM 2. Did a bit of streaming of that and did a couple of videos of that. But I've also been playing Divinity 2. I've been playing Sleeping Dogs the last few days. But I'm just finding as I'm playing them, I don't want to... it's kind of spoil the experience by having to think about being entertaining and witty and speaking to an imaginary person who's watching me. You. It's not enjoyable when you're trying to enjoy a game. If I look at the kind of stuff that has worked on my channel so far, well, the only thing that's really worked has been Skyrim, and it's a very specific kind of Skyrim gameplay that I'm putting up. It's for an audience who was already very familiar with Skyrim, probably into modding, and I'm very familiar with the game. So that gives me license to mess around in the videos, skip bits, put silly bits in, speed things up, slow things down, because we've all played through the game many times. That's who's watching that. I know that's who's watching that video. It wasn't designed that way. It was designed for me to just have fun while I and edit some gameplay. But that's what I've discovered. That's the audience for that. So you have license to do that. But if you play something like, say, Sleeping Dogs, which I played the last week, people are less familiar with that game, and I don't feel comfortable. I don't know the game well enough to feel comfortable messing around and doing a kind of edited video. So it's stuff I've got to figure out, but I know what I don't want to do, and that's play games and talk and upload. That's not what I want to do. It's not what I enjoy. And I know that's what I need to do if I want to grow as a gaming channel. So I'm not going to grow as a gaming channel. That is okay, though. That is okay. I think that's fine. And that is, I am going to take a step back, look at how I decided to start putting stuff online and return to that. I've become too focused on trying to make it grow, and getting it to grow means doing things I don't want to do, even though they may be best practice and they may be the things you need to do that you're told to do by experts and things. I know people I have talked to who've become friends who watch the channel, have started their own channels. And so I feel a little bit, not much, but a little bit of responsibility in that when I talk like this, I don't want you to think that this applies to you and what you're trying to do with your channel. This is very specific to me and what I want and where I'm coming from. It's only worth doing if it's in some way challenging and enjoyable to me. I really don't care if a lot of people watch. I think I'm at the point where I don't care about that stuff anymore in my own life, where I'm at the stage in my life that I've reached. So what does that mean for people who watch this channel? It means that I'm going to try and do a video every Saturday, and for the foreseeable future that's going to be Skyrim. I'm going to try to do a video midweek, and that will be something more different, strange. It might be animation, it might be like this, it might be a vlog, it might be another game. If I find a game that I can do something, put a twist on and do something different, I might do a let's play of a different game. But for right now, that's what you can expect if you're following the channel. And I appreciate you following the channel. I'm glad people like to watch and listen for some inexplicable reason. And people seem to like watching the vlogs and hearing what I'm thinking. So I'm very gratified about that. You know, you change over time, and you learn new things, and you adapt, and you change where you're coming from. Change is part of the game. On the internet, sometimes you would think it's not. You have an opinion and you can't deviate from it. You said this, and therefore, well, that's what you always think. That's not how people or life works. People change and they grow and they have new ideas. And I've learnt stuff since starting. I mean, I mark the beginning of this YouTube channel from that first Skyrim series, but I did videos before that. Some of you might, and I noticed that some people dig back and have a look at some of those Minecraft videos that I did, and those are really kind of just me farting about. That was ages ago, but I wasn't attempting to do anything constructive at that point. I was just like really like wittering on. So some people have asked, I'll just address this. Some people have been asking about that original Skyrim series, when it might be coming back. And I'm not ignoring you. I guess I am ignoring you to a certain extent, but it's only because I don't know. I don't have an answer. of when that's coming back, if it's even coming back. There are a couple of problems with bringing it back. The save games became corrupted. It became a horrible game to play because there were so many artifacts from mods being installed and removed that the save game became not unplayable, but it was certainly slow, sluggish, and difficult to manage. It made recording very difficult. So that was part of the reason why I ended that series. And since then, I've also switched to the special edition, which means that those old save games won't work. They're in a different game. So if I come back to it, it would mean picking up in a kind of a story way from that point, and I'd have to do a lot of prep and stuff. And I'm not sure, honestly, whether it's something a lot of people want to see. As many people are watching the new Napjeet series and the Permafrost series as watch an episode of that Modded for Immersion series. So, and you move, as I've said, you move on, you try new things. I know the story kind of didn't come to a close, but it came to a sort of a close, ending up in jail. And, you know, what is ultimately going to happen? Ultimately, that series is not really a story about the character of Nap the Hunter. It's really the story of me exploring a certain set of mods and survival focused mods, and I'm doing that in other series that I'm doing at the moment, the same kind of process really. So I don't know how whether it would be worth picking that story up again. I honestly don't know. Let me know in the comments if you want that series to return. I could bring it back. But I'm finding the Napjeet and the Napjeet in particular the most rewarding at the moment, because it involves me playing a character, it involves me doing a voice. When I watch the Napjeet Skyrim videos, I feel like that's a truly transformative video, taking the Skyrim game that we're all familiar with and creating a character of my own and creating something unique with it. Permafrost, to a lesser extent, that's more kind of gameplay focused, whereas Napjeet is more character focused. The one I'm enjoying the most is Napjeet, but I'll continue doing the Permafrost for a while. It's weird, you know, the initial series that I did is the one that people still find the channel through. You know, it pops up in search for people when they're looking for immersion and survival and modded playthroughs of Skyrim. That's how people find this channel. What was I thinking? Oh, that was it. Yeah, you know, and I put relatively little thought into that, but it's the one people find the channel through. The one that I put the most thought into, Permafrost, is probably the least successful. You know, my people who follow me on a weekly basis and watch the videos watch it, but the numbers for that are not nearly as good as Napjeet, and Napjeet has had a lot more thought put into it than that initial series. So maybe there's something to learn from that. Maybe there isn't, and maybe it's all fluke. That's the other thing about YouTube. You really don't know why some things work and some things don't. Sometimes it's just the algorithm working in your favor. But I know that I started to do YouTube as a creative outlet, and trying to produce videos at the pace you need to do to grow a gaming channel is not something I want to do. And also, I'm getting back to the point where that was the impetus for me to start putting stuff online in the first place. You know, beholden to what someone else wants. In the case of what I was doing before, you're trying to write things that you think producers might produce. Now I'm trying to produce videos that I think the YouTube algorithm is going to promote, which is not why I started this. I started it as a kind of a kickback at that idea of people telling you what they wanted. So there is absolutely no point in me getting into that situation again. Anyway, so like I say, this has truly been a rambling video. Thank you for all your support and for your kind messages and for continuing to watch the videos. I hope you still enjoy them. Keep letting me know what you think in the comments. Even though I'm I'm doing other stuff at the moment, so I'm not responding as much. I do read everything, so oh, that's something that I was thinking as well. What I might do, best of both worlds, is try and produce a, maybe I'll do like a chunk of videos, and do like a week of videos, and then there'll be a month break where I go back to my normal schedule. But occasionally do these week-long stints of videos where I get, say, daily videos for a week, and that might please the YouTube algorithm, and also allow me to dig into a game faster. You know, get a load of gameplay done, get the story moving in, say Skyrim or whatever it is, over the course of a week. That might kill two birds with one stone. So I might do that. So look out for that if that happens. I'm still thinking about it. I was thinking about it today. Maybe that's something I could do. I kind of like that idea. I liked when I started the permafrost thing, doing a video a day for like 3 days at the start of that, and I did that for 2 weeks. So I might try something like that again, see how that works out. Obviously, even though your focus may not be necessarily what 100% what YouTube wants, you're always mindful of what will get promoted. So I'm not abandoning that entirely, but I do need to refocus on why I'm doing it. So anyway, yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what's going on with you. Thank you for watching, as I say, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. Bye. 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 No, no, no.